Good morning. I am Carrie Paleo, the Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce, and your host for the Leveling Up podcast. We have been very busy at the Chamber doing a whole host of things. Last night we were at FX Matt Brewery where we had a wonderful business after hours. We had about 175 people enjoying the 1888 Tavern and, enjoying food and beverages and really connecting and networking, which is what the Chamber is all about. We will be at the Utica Zoo on Tuesday, July 25th. So if you missed us last night, make sure you register for that. Also coming up, our Catalyst Young Professional Group is putting on their summer cookout. This is the 8th or 9th year they've been doing this fantastic event. It's really run by our young professionals, gets them networking together, some leadership skills in organizing an event. It's always a fun time. This year it's going to be beach themed. It'll be on July 12th. Registration just opened up. It's a beach party themed at Sickenburger Lane. There's going to be all sorts of great food, outdoor activities, and even some fun surprises to look forward to. So you're going to want to make sure, if you don't know, our young professional programs are not only open to young professionals, but the young at heart as well. We're open to all ages, so you can register too. It's really that the Catalyst Young Professional Group puts on this event, which is really always a wonderful night, and you want to make sure that you're signed up for it. This weekend is Juneteenth, and Utica is doing it right with a whole host of events. Today and tomorrow, there's walking tours. On Saturday morning, there is the Run Against Racism. You can sign up. That is a run/walk. It is free to register, and I don't know if they have any t-shirts available, but you can still sign up to register for that run walk. And then in the afternoon at Proctor Park, there's a Juneteenth celebration from noon to 8 p.m. with all sorts of live entertainment and food and a ton of things happening, so you want to check that out. Proctor Park Saturday afternoon. On Sunday, which is Father's Day, there is Food for the Soul. That's going to be hosted at Munson outside. There's going to be, again, live entertainment, food, a whole host of wonderful activities. And then this Monday, which is Juneteenth, one of my favorite events in Utica kicks off, Levitt AMP Series. And they are going to be hosting I want to make sure I get this right, Harlem Gospel Travelers at 7 p.m. Amos Donnell will open at 5:30. Again, it'll be a great night, live music back in Copernic Park every Monday night throughout the summer. It's free, it's fun. Bring your friends and family, leave your dogs at home. But that's always such a wonderful event, and we're really excited to start that off with gospel music to celebrate Juneteenth. Here with me today is my friend, Joe Caruso from NYPA. He works at the John S. Dyson New York Energy Zone. Welcome, Joe. Great to have you here today.
Thank you, Carrie. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about why the John S. Dyson Center is placed here in Utica and what that means for our area and why NYPA decided to do this.
All right, thank you. Well, NYPA has had a presence in the Utica area for over 40 years. In 1980, we built our Clark Energy Center in Marcy, which many of you know from the power lines that extend from it and may never have set foot on the grounds. But here's an opportunity for people to come to a place, a visitor center, also a museum of science, and learn more about electricity, because we are the transmission hub for the entire New York Power Authority system.
So tell me a little bit about the different careers that NYPA has. You talked a little bit that you've been based here for about 40 years up in Marcy. So I know that there's a lot of different opportunities to get engaged with job opportunities at NYPA. Tell people a little bit about different career opportunities that are there.
Well, there are, and we really celebrate that at the Energy Zone too. We have these brief little vignettes with various members of our staff talking about the jobs they do, and they're as varied as can be. The ones that are obvious, electricians of all sorts, including the people who work on those incredible power lines. But really, we're like a small city. We have everyone. We have mechanics. We have carpenters. We certainly have cyber interests, because we're protecting a very vital asset that serves us all. So our jobs are incredibly varied, and we also celebrate those through our P-Tech program, which is a program that provides internships for students and gives them experience in the clean energy industry.
Yeah. So I asked a leading question because getting kids interested in jobs at a very young age help develop what they want to do. And so that's exactly what this visitor center does. It's hands-on, it's experiential. It's great for children of all ages, just like I said, the young and the young at heart, right? Tell us a little bit about what people are going to experience when they walk in that door.
Well, they will learn so much and they won't know they're learning because it's just fun. We call ourselves a powerful journey through the past, present, and future of electricity and New York State's part in it. And New York State has an incredible place in the history of electricity and bringing it to the people. But we start out, visitors get a power pass, which allows them to track their activities and their successes as they try our over 40 interactive games along the way. We then start with a 3D movie, which is state of the art. You will not find another 3D movie like this with it at 120 frames per second. It's just really remarkable.
And it's engaging. It's not boring. I've seen it 3 or 4 times, and I like it every single time.
Thank you. Yes, it's not a documentary. It's an actual story about a student who goes back in time, meets Nikola Tesla, takes him to the present, shows him what his work has made possible, and that starts out our tour. We then go through Energy Past. We go to an old electric lab and learn how power was brought to the people. There's a chance on a game to build Edison's light bulb. And from then we go and we see various artifacts that have been part of our electrical experience over the years. More little videos that really engage all the senses. Opportunities to site and build renewable energy plants. Learn about the power grid. Learn about the many different organizations that make up the power grid.
And you said the power grid game is one of your favorites.
Yes, well, the microgrid game.
The microgrid game is one of your favorites. And one of my favorites is operating in a weather storm emergency, and you get to do all the controls and control the energy and how it goes and keep everything moving smoothly, which is exactly what's happening up in Marcy, correct?
You are totally correct. Yes, it's the control room experience. We offer 3 different environments. There's a thunderstorm, there's a heat wave, and there's a blizzard. All things we understand right here in New York, and there are 2 stations, and one person controls the generation and demand, and the other person takes care of problems as they happen. There's a wire out, there's a transformer that's blown, and that type of thing, and it's all very timed and very tense and fun at the same time.
Yeah, so this energy zone, which is located up near the Utica Zoo,
Yes.
just adjacent to the property, so it's great to bring your families and do 2 activities in one. This is free and it's indoors, so it's great for the rainy weather we've been having. But not only do you have these like hands-on educational experiences for really people of all ages, because I learn a ton every time I go through there,
But
you're
learning.
also open to the community in other aspects.
Yes,
So
we
this
are.
was built for the community, and tell us a little bit about other opportunities for the community to use this facility.
Yes, well, all of our exhibits are on 1 floor, but on the lower level, we have our STEM classroom, which is really an incredible space. It's state-of-the-art technology. We invite student groups to come in and use the space. We have exercises that we can go through with them on STEM education games, if you will, but also we have meeting rooms, and these rooms are available to the public at no cost, just a reservation is required. And we've got all sorts of groups that meet with us on a regular basis. For example, the League of Women Voters meets with us every month. The Utica Camera Club meets with us every month. And of course, we also serve our Power Authority groups that come from all over the state and choose that as their meeting place.
Yeah, and because it's such a unique meeting space, we actually did our strategic planning there last summer. So there's all whiteboards everywhere, and you can really write thoughts and movable desks, and it kind of really gets the creative juices going because it's so modern and adaptable, and really your staff takes care of everything for you. You show up that day, and they're really hands-on with the technology and everything. So that's a great community asset.
Well, thank you. We pride ourselves on our staff, and they do a tremendous job.
Yeah. So not only is NYPA committed to educating our youth and children for jobs of the future, but they're committed to some other different initiatives. For example, environmental justice. Tell us a little bit about some of NYPER's other missions and objectives that you work on that people may not, necessarily think of when they think of NYPER, other than somebody who helps to deliver energy.
That's right. Yes, thank you. Well, environmental justice, it covers a broad area, really. We do everything from what we call adult energy literacy, which includes such things as weatherization and how to better prepare your homes so that you can save on your electric bills. And by the way, we're not the people who that your electric bill goes to. We don't supply residential customers. But nonetheless, we want to help you be able to save money as well. And we've worked, we also have an incredible program called PTech, which basically educates students on clean energy opportunities for careers. And there are internships available, and students will work all year long preparing themselves for a career and also working on a college degree while they're still in high school. So it's really an incredible opportunity for them.
It is. There's so many different ways people learn differently. And I think that we're learning that and we're adapting to that, and we're helping our students to learn in different ways. And PTech is just one of the ways that students can provide that engaging, hands-on learning and learn about different career opportunities. When I was growing up, it was teacher, doctor, nurse. There's so many, fields that didn't even exist when I was a student. So it's great that you guys can engage in this way and help students to dream of careers that probably don't even exist right now.
Yes, so well put. Yes, I mean we're not even sure what's next on the horizon, but we're planning for it nonetheless.
Right.
And cyber again is a big thing. So cyber and security, and this area is well steeped in education in that area.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I know I talked about events that are happening this weekend, but you have a whole host of events through the rest of the year that you're really excited about and really want to let the community know that they're happening. So your first one is coming up next month, Touch a Truck.
Yes, July 22nd, Saturday, is our Touch a Truck, which many of you are familiar, I'm sure, with that experience. We provide an opportunity for kids to come and get up close and personal with their favorite utility vehicles, whether it's a NYPA truck, whether it's a Utica Police Department truck or vehicle.
Or a fire truck.
Or a fire truck.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, at the same time, we're having an event called an EV, electric vehicle, ride and drive. So this is when people, everyday people who own electric vehicles, come together to talk to other people who are interested in getting into an electric vehicle and telling them what it's all about. These people have no economic incentive. They're not selling anything, but they're letting you know their experience as an EV driver. And you have a chance to actually drive the vehicle.
And speaking of EV chargers, a little plug for the NYPA EV chargers that are out there.
Good word.
A little plug for the plugs. Tell us about the opportunity if you do have an electric vehicle.
Yes, you can plug in to our various chargers. We have 6 chargers in front of our building, and they are available free of charge all the hours that we're open.
So you have a great view of the city too. You've got some picnic tables there. You've got a beautiful view of the city, or you can go inside and go through the museum.
Yes, I think it's the best view of the city possible. It's really spectacular, and we've been able to see in the course of time the growth of the city. With the various projects that have come up from our view. Yeah.
So you've got some stuff happening summer nights.
Yes. Well, we are free every day of the week. The zoo has a charge, but for 2 nights this summer, it's going to be open, and the zoo will be open and free. And on those nights, we will also remain open past our usual 5 o'clock. So on those 2 free nights that the zoo is offering, we are going to have what we call our wild nights, and we'll be open 5 to 8 during the zoo's open time. We'll provide everything we normally provide, plus crafts and other activities and a movie. So we have a great partnership with the zoo, and here's an opportunity to continue with that.
Yeah, so those nights are Monday, July 31st and Monday, August 28th for those of you who are looking to put them on your calendar. But then you have an event that you've done a couple of times now that's really fun and exciting, the Wildlife Festival at the zoo.
Ah, yes, we have sponsored the Wildlife Festival from before we ever opened our doors. We've been open now 2 years. It was 2 years in May that we opened the Energy Zone. But for years before that, we had a relationship with the zoo and presented our wildlife festival, at which time, again, admission to the zoo was free, and NYPA picked that up. But it's a wonderful time to celebrate our world and in our place in it. And this year, we're expanding it. So there are more activities, not just at the zoo, but on our grounds as well. So we'll have all sorts of fun experiences for, as you say, children of all ages.
Yeah. And then let's see what else we got. You're going to do something else in partnership for Spooktacular is always a fantastic event at the zoo, so you'll be participating in that.
And that's a 2-day event. That's
two-day event this year. Okay.
And we also have some STEM classes, 2 of which we've announced in our calendar. So opportunities to learn how solar power works in a house, and these are aimed at youth. One program is for children 8 to 10, and others from children 10 to 14. They learn how solar energy works. They learn how wind turbines work to power. And these are an hour to an hour and a half sessions. They, again, are free, and they're on our calendar for the summer.
Yeah. And then let's see, we've got 2 other things in the holidays. We got Bright Nights is coming back, and you guys will be participating in that as well?
Yes, we're looking forward to that. The zoo does their Bright Nights where they're open in the evening, and they've turned their place into a wonderland. And we have a little wonderland of our own right next door, so we'll be open on those nights to welcome everyone.
And then a Holly Jolly holiday party.
Yes, that's new this year. That's celebrating the arrival of Santa with us, and we'll have all sorts of crafts and movies and fun, a full day of fun.
Yeah. So all of these things I think have come up a couple of times. You're located next to the zoo. All of your programming is free. It's all open to the public. It's all hands-on in the most modern technology possible. So if you're a parent, if you're an educator, if you're a community organization looking for a place to congregate, we've got a whole host of resources that we really just want to get the word out about, that they're all free and accessible to the community.
That is it in a nutshell. Fantastic.
Great. Anything else that I didn't touch upon before I kind of ask you our signature question?
Well, I can tell you about my favorite thing.
Yes, I'd love to hear about it.
The future of the grid room. So in this room, which is about a 16 by 20 room, you enter, and all of a sudden your image is picked up by a camera and displayed on a wall, and you in an electrical form. So you move, and your electrical you moves on the wall. It's a countdown, 60 seconds, and then the entire room becomes a movie, and you are immersed in this movie. And you have the feel of movement without going anywhere. It's just an incredible experience, but it's also inspirational, and it talks about what we can expect for the future, and encouraging our next generation to carry us through to that next phase.
Yeah, so it's electrifying.
It is, yes. It's a powerful experience.
I'm coming up with all the good ones today.
You
Talked
are.
about the plug and electrifying and just trying to get all the exciting energy out there into the positive world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing a great job with it.
So, Joe, I prepped you for this question. So you do have a little bit of background on this. But the title of the podcast is Leveling Up Podcast. So I like to ask my guests, what have you done personally or professionally to level up in your career?
Well, fun fact, I started my career at the Chamber of Commerce many years ago.
I know, that's so exciting.
And it was one of the really greatest moves of my life. I had always kind of been a Utica booster, but I learned so much about the community through the Chamber, and was able to become more a part of it. And that's an experience that's carried me through all of my life, really. It's the thing I'm most excited about is community involvement, and I can thank the Chamber for being that link for me.
Yeah, and you're involved today with so many of our partners. You know, you're a member of Rotary. You've got your Green Utica button on.
Oh, you saw that, yes.
Yeah, I did, of course. So tell me a little bit about the organizations that you participate with, and if you want to plug any of those coming up, because they're also
sure.
our members and partners.
Thank you. Yes, I am a member of the Rotary Club of Utica, which has, again, been another light in my life, another opportunity for community service as well. In fact, we just had a fundraiser that raised $14,000. The beneficiary this year was the Utica Zoo.
Specifically for the red pandas.
Specifically for the red pandas. And I know you were there.
I was. I
think
had
you
a
had a good
fantastic time.
Yeah, so did I. It was terrific. Yes, so Rotary is always looking for ways to help in the community.
And they're bringing back our international foreign exchange students since the first time since COVID. So hopefully we'll see some new faces around Utica.
That's right. Signature program, Youth Exchange. Soon we'll have students from all over the world in our schools again, and we're very excited to be part of that.
Yeah.
In my years of Rotary, the involvement with the students has been one of the most, foreign students has been one of the most exciting, and getting our students out to other countries too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I told you before, I'm personally invested in that. I've hosted 7 exchange students over my time. So yeah, it's just an eye-opening experience, and it really helps to foster that diversity and learning about other cultures on a day-to-day, and just, kind of helps you empathize what other people go through and seeing the world through their eyes.
Yes.
And I've done simple things, just like, we talked about, you've got Spooktacular, carving a pumpkin.
Oh.
Our students from...
Very American experience.
Exactly. It's just those little simple things to engage with people and just share experiences. So.
And that's how peace and understanding is spread, through real life exchange between real people.
Yeah. And then Green Utica is doing some great new things. Tell us a little bit about your
Green
involvement
Utica,
there.
Formerly the Central New York Conservancy,
Center.
now Green Utica, expanding its mission so that beyond the Olmsted Parks, which is still very important to us in the Parkway, we have purview of other parks throughout the city, and the tree canopy itself, which we see as incredibly important to our future, both environmentally speaking and touristically, really. It's just
I don't think people realize how lucky we are to have the park system that we do, and, how our forefathers thought about the importance of parks and everybody having access to that green space. And so it's great to see that the city has invested so much into the park system recently through our funds, but Green Utica is there to keep it going and keep them clean and to do educational programming. I know that one of the things you have going on is yoga every Saturday morning in the park.
Yes, I'm not sure about that schedule, but we
There's
have
yoga
done that in
on
the
Saturday.
past.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's back. Yoga Saturday mornings in the park.
Excellent.
But you'll have to check out Green Utica for all the details.
That's right.
We won't put
Please
Joe
do.
on the spot for too much here today.
Thank
Great.
you.
Well, it's been so fantastic having you here, and hopefully people learn a little bit more about the resources that NYPA has available and their commitment to our area. I think it shows, the facility shows that their commitment to our area.
Well, thank you. We look forward to seeing all of you. Come, if you've been before, please come back. There's always something new that you may have missed the first time. And again, a great place to host your meeting.
Yeah. So that's it for me today. Unless you have something else to add that we didn't cover, I always want to make sure that our guests have all of their written instructions that may have been passed on to them by others covered.
Yeah, I think we've kind of covered it.
I think we did a good job too.
Well, I will say, when we speak back to our movie, it's called Imagination, and it's really a fantastical experience. But it was created by a man named Douglas Trumbull, who is was a world-renowned cinematographer. I mean, this man was the genius behind the special effects of 2001: A Space Odyssey, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Truly a giant in our midst, and he has a legacy now with us. We're very happy to celebrate Doug Trumbull and his work.
And it really is just a great, quick, unique, engaging film that really teaches you something. It's a story that teaches you a lesson.
Yeah, I think so.
So, great. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today. Really enjoyed having you here. Remember, you can look for all of the Chamber's events at greateruticachamber.org. If you are interested in anything that Joe talked about today, specifically the dates, I kind of briefly went through all of their upcoming events. NYPA.gov will get you all of that. Special thank you to our episode sponsors, First Source Federal Credit Union, and Ecellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, who really help us to get this podcast out there and keep you informed. One of the Chamber's goals and missions is to keep you informed. Also, I have to thank all of our platinum sponsors who support all of the work that we do at the Chamber, the Kelberman Center, StaffWorks, MVHS, AmeriQ, and Master Vito Hyundai. Thank you so much. One other note before we go, have to remind everybody that it is the American Heart Walk weekend, and so tomorrow we will be at Accelerate, the Expo and Treadmill Challenge, and the Radiothon is tomorrow, and then the walk is actually on Saturday up at Accelerate. I will be competing against the Rome Chamber president on the Treadmill Challenge, so if you feel so inclined, on over to Facebook, there'll be a link that you can donate. Let's show everybody that Utica has heart. So I hope to see you out here. Stay kind, Utica.